I'm gonna be playing defense this whole entire video.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Aina. Now, we all know who Jackie Aina is. I hope we do at this point. She is what I would consider one of the original beauty guru OGs, alongside some of the more infamous characters like Jeffree Star, Makeup by Shayla, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA, the Armand twins. And she boosted to popularity within the makeup scene in 2009. She has actually had several variations of her channel name. When she first started her channel name was Makeup Game on Point, before then changing it to Little Pumpkin Pie 05. When I started following Jackie Aina and her journey, I was following her in the Little Pumpkin 05 era. Now, what made Jackie Aina so different within the makeup beauty space in the 2016s, etc., was that she was a qualified cosmetologist. And she actually ended up graduating Vidal Sassoon Academy. And this was in the era when the makeup beauty gurus were actually people who had qualifications. So we're talking like Makeup Geeks, Marlene Estelle, like they actually were qualified. Patrick Starr, they were actually qualified makeup artists who were actually making their name, not just kids who knew how to beat their face and look cute. James Charles. So she worked for various different companies. She worked for MAC Cosmetics, Bobbi Brown, and she was actually working as a freelance makeup artist for 5 years around the time that she began her fame. She is also a US Army veteran, and she has approximately, at this point of filming, about 3.4 million subscribers on YouTube. I think she's got vastly more on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't know, girl, because I'm blocked. However, more recently, Jackie Aina has kind of transitioned from a beauty guru influencer into more lifestyle and home content. She kind of showcases a particular niche called Black luxury, which is kind of the idea of overwhelming amounts of self-care, self-love, and also keeping your home and your environment in tune with how it is that you feel inside. Like, I would say that Jackie Aina shows us as an audience aspirational content, not necessarily something that the average person can just go ahead and do. She has a beautifully decorated home, and in order to expand on that brand, she also created a brand of her own in 2020 called Forever Mood. This originally started off as a candle company that found itself actually launched in Sephora, but I guess now they're doing other things as well, like fragrances, etc, etc. Now, it's said that Jackie Aina is worth millions of dollars, with her candle and fragrance company making waves in America. And despite not really posting onto her YouTube channel anymore, she has kind of really created a space and a niche for herself in the Black luxury content aspirational style videos on TikTok. She was born on August 4th, 1987, which means at current moment, she is 37 years old. Now, usually I wouldn't include this piece of information, but it is important for the rest of the video. But she has made a huge name for herself. Like, there is nobody within the beauty space who won't remember who Jackie Aina was if they're around in the 2016s, 2015s. She was the Sigma brush girly, like she was always collaborating with Sigma. She promoted Sigma the same amount that Jaclyn Hill promoted Morphe. But we have to give Jackie Aina her flowers where they are due, so I'm saying this with literally no shade, because I know it's going to be a very shady video today, but no shade. Jackie Aina has transformed the beauty industry in a way that I believe that no other person has ever been able to achieve. I believe the reason that we have shade diversity in beauty is because people like Jackie Aina, and specifically Jackie Aina, stood up and made it a point to say, this is not enough. I remember going to high school, and even like when I first started my YouTube channel, the comments I used to get about like, girl, your shade doesn't match. Because I was really finding it hard back then to like match my skin color to the foundations. And it's because so many companies back in like the early 2016s and 2018s weren't doing shade inclusivity. It was either mixed race tone and then uber dark. And if you were in the middle girl, like a dark skinned girl that's kind of got a different tone and variation like me, you had to mix those bitches. Like, you had to literally become a chemist to be able to actually match your own skin tone. And this has been something that's been happening for years. I mean, I even look back at like, you know, runways of Naomi Campbell in the early 1990s, and she's walking down the runway and her skin does not match. She looks ashy as hell, and that is a beautiful woman. Let's not get it twisted. So we're talking even from the 90s with extremely huge black pioneers like Naomi freaking Campbell. Only when we have this beauty guru really applying the pressure to all of these makeup companies do we actually see shade inclusivity and real lasting change within the beauty industry. Now there is not a beauty brand who can come out without an inclusive range, and if they are, they lose a lot of popularity and favor within the beauty industry and consumer market. Now I can literally walk into a store and pick up a Makeup by Mario foundation that literally matches my skin tone, and that was something I never experienced. Now I'm gonna run a little bit of defense here. I was back in high school with the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, mixing that bitch dry and crusty all over the face. I looked a mess in the day, girl. But I will say, for all of the people who were dragging me back in the day saying your makeup doesn't match, it doesn't match your neck, honestly, bullying works. Thank you. I appreciate you. Because it was a mess. Anyway, that was me giving Jackie Aina her flowers. She has transformed the makeup industry in a way that I really don't believe can ever be replicated or duplicated. And that much I think that we all need to commend her for, regardless. However, oh girl, she's never been very nice to me. And she can be quite a bitch to other people too. But recently, Jackie Aina has found herself in controversy all the way over onto TikTok. Now, honestly, I'm not really a TikTok girly. I don't even use the application that much. And with TikTok eventually getting banned on January 19th, I genuinely believe once all of the Americans leave TikTok, it's just not going to be a space that many people are going to want to go to. I'm just going to be honest. So I hop onto TikTok the other day and my notifications are going absolutely crazy. And I'm sitting there thinking, hold on, I never use this goddamn app. I haven't posted anything. Why is people tagging me? And I go through and there are countless different tags under various different videos tagging me to do with some drama to do with Jackie Aina. As soon as I saw that it was like a drama to do with Jackie Aina, I was like, girl, leave me the hell out of it. Because not only do people like to bring and invoke my name whenever Jackie Aina gets into any kind of controversy on social media, I always find that when Jackie Aina is doing any kind of advocacy work, especially when it comes to black women, people like to say my name in order to prove that Jackie Aina doesn't like black women. And I just don't like that. I feel like that's unfair. I'm one black woman that she doesn't like, okay? Doesn't mean that Jackie Aina hates black women. It's like, I don't like James Charles. It doesn't mean I don't like the gays. And also, just from my position, I've made a conscious effort not to make any Jackie Aina videos purely because it's clear we don't like each other. I'm never going to be able to be unbiased in a situation when we're talking about Jackie Aina. I believe that she's a prick because I've had a direct encounter with her being a prick to me. So I ended up making a post on social media basically telling everyone, please stop tagging me. I don't care. It's none of my business. That's just not my problem. Not my problem. That's just not my problem. Hey, not my problem. Bitches talking shit. Bitches talking shit, that's not my problem. Bitches talking shit, that's not my problem. Hey. But then after day 2 of being tagged in these posts over and over and over again, I decided to take a look and find out what in the hell actually went on and why people are tagging me so frequently. Well, people are bringing me up on TikTok because the current drama it is that Jackie Aina is presently going through somewhat parallels what I went through in 2018, almost to the fucking T. Except I got accused of a crime and these girls just got accused of being bullies. Bitch, I'd rather be a bully than a criminal. But I don't talk about Jackie Aina anymore. And then when I started having a look at my channel, I realized I haven't spoken about Jackie Aina in 6 years. I swear down. Check my whole channel. I swear down, I had a look. I went into my... I have not spoken about Jackie Aina on my channel in 6 years. So I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to show the hypocrisy. But no, after 6 years, I feel like I can give myself permission to speak. Okay? Speak up or forever hold your peace. So just to give you the TLDR before we actually start pointing out the hypocrisies, there is a group of content creators on TikTok, black female content creators, who people are now calling the Super Five. They've all been caught in some kind of controversy. Anyway, they ended up getting quite a lot of heat on TikTok. People were making videos about them, sharing stories about how they felt that these girls were mean girls. And then out of freaking nowhere, Jackie Aina comes forward and talks about her experience with these same girls. However, her experience is a lie. Everything she's saying is a lie. And she basically said that these women were bullying her. And when you go back into the videos, they were defending her There was nothing bullying going on. She's just so goddamn fucking sensitive. And let me tell you, this video was an absolute doozy. She accused them of being bullies when they didn't bully her, talking shit about her when they didn't talk shit about her. Basically said that because they were light-skinned black people, that she was the victim of colorism, and just a plethora of other things. And as we go through all of the evidence today, we will see that every single bullet point it is that Jackie Aina made is completely false. She just lied, which again is something that she did in 2018. So let me just take you down memory lane for old time's sake. Okay, so back in 2018, I made a video about Jackie Aina. The video was titled something along the lines of Jackie Aina when beauty has two faces but one bank account. Honestly, kind of gagged. I kind of ate there. And in this video, I basically say I love Jackie Aina. She's a huge inspiration to me. I'm a massive fan. Like, it's so sad. This is like, she literally crushed the spirit of young Paige, okay? There's actually like PTSD here. She literally crushed my spirit because I was genuinely a fucking fan. I loved her. But I said all of these positive things and I basically said, listen, FTC basically requires that you tell people when you're using affiliate links and affiliate codes. Now, forewarning, this might seem like something that is a normal process for most beauty gurus to do and is expected of them. However, back in the 2018s and 17s, the girlies, they weren't doing that. The makeup gurus, they were just making lists and saying, these are all my favorite products, collecting that sweet, sweet fucking commission and not saying nothing about it. So it took content creators like Here for the Tea and Sanders Kennedy, myself, Peter Mon, yada, 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 to really hold these beauty gurus accountable and say, you need to be explicitly clear when you're promoting stuff to us because we don't know if we're watching an advert or if we're watching you actually tell us your favorite items of the month. So I basically had a suggestion for Jackie Aina, and my suggestion was if you put, some of these links are affiliate links, so if you click on them, I'll make a commission. The ones that are affiliate links will be marked with an asterisk. I felt like that would be a great way for her to set herself apart because I actually held her to a much better standard than the rest of these trifling beauty gurus because she was the only person who I believed was consistent in terms of integrity. So I thought that she would receive that information and probably just implement what it is that I said.
My disclaimer says affiliate links are used, and apparently for a couple people that wasn't being open enough.
So how do you set yourself apart? How do you make things a little bit different for yourself? Well, Jackie, the one thing that I really, really enjoy about you, and the one thing I really, really enjoy about your videos, is the fact that you represent women of colour.
Now, I will say that my suggestion of putting an asterisk next to each affiliate link has become something that a lot of the beauty gurus have implemented. Prior to me actually saying that, the girlies never did that. So I actually changed the beauty industry in a way. Girl, like I own asterisks. Bitch, I don't own asterisks. I created that. I didn't do shit. I just made a suggestion. But anyway, this is what it is that I had to say back in 2018.
Because you know your impact, because you know your strength, because you know how important it is for you as a dark-skinned black woman to have the kind of exposure and the kind of fan base that you have, you post what shades and what colours of products it is that you use in your videos. I think that's dope. So how about we use that same initiative for you to use an asterisk? All a YouTuber like you would need to post is, some of these links may be affiliates. Any links marked with an asterisk is an affiliate link. It's as simple as that.
Now, after this video it is that I made, Jackie Aina went forth and made a copyright claim against my video. It's your classic YouTuber doesn't like negative critique video it is that you made about them. Therefore, they decide to use the copyright system and abuse it. Use and abuse the copyright system in order to take down negative critique that they do not like. Now, I will say, back in 2018, the girlies were wild. Nobody had no understanding of copyright laws, including Jackie Aina, and this is what took place.
The part that gets me right. I asked beauty vloggers to abide by FTC laws while not abiding by copyright law in the process, when it was in fact her that infringed on copyright policy. Before shouting false copyright, it only takes a few minutes to ask a lawyer questions about how copyright and DMCA takedowns work.
Bitch, the door.
Okay, so we can agree that this entire thing is funny and we're all being petty, etc, etc. I just found it very funny that I actually wasn't the petty person in this situation. I think the pettiness lied on her. She was upset that anybody used her content, period, which makes her exempt from the rules that other YouTubers abide by. That videos can be used as part of critique or parody, as long as the information is transformed into something else. So by me critiquing that, I am transforming that information.
So after I called out Jackie Aina for abusing the copyright system in order to get rid of negative critique, Jackie Aina decides to come forward and just make up a incomplete and total lie about me. in front of the world. She uploads a video. I think I've got a screenshot of the video somewhere in my phone. If I've got it, I'll post it here. Where she basically says there's this YouTuber who I had a back and forth with over a copyright claim. Anyway, this YouTuber stole $1,500 from my bank account because she hacked me. When I tell you, the amount of hate it was that I was getting on social media was insane. Her fans, fucking rabid dogs. I swear down, fucking rabid dogs. The amount of just snake emojis all across all of my stuff. Like, I was getting attacked like the worst way. And I feel like this is a prime example of somebody misusing their platform, because she definitely, and I don't think this is a dispute, she definitely misused her platform against me at this time. You gotta remember, this ain't 260,000 subscribers, Paige. Girl, I had like 30,000 subscribers. I literally didn't even have that many subscribers at all. So I was just such a tiny, small fry burger. She fucking crushed me under her goddamn heels. Now, after all of this, I was able to, without a shadow of a doubt, in my humble opinion, prove that I didn't take money from Jackie Aina. First of all, $1,500 is not a great deal of money. If I was gonna hack somebody and take money, I'm taking the whole shit, okay? If I'm willing to do something that is gonna put me in jail, I ain't going to jail over 1,500. Bitch barely pays the mortgage. But Jackie Aina literally had that influence that, like, if she said it, it was true. She literally had the kind of audience that she could turn around and go, the grass is pink. And people are like, fucking pink grass everywhere, bitch. Oh my God, look at the fuchsia. Aren't we living in the land of gods? Look at this pink grass. Like, if she said it, it was so. And so it was told. Black women, honestly, they just regard Jackie Aina as some kind of prophet. Not a human that makes mistakes. Not a human that also needs to be able to be held accountable and to certain standards. No, she's a god. And we all must bow. So in order to rebuttal this situation, sorry, I keep getting off topic. In order to rebuttal this situation, I basically just doxed myself. Literally, flat out doxed myself to Jackie Aina. I said, what you've accused me of is a federal crime and is a criminal crime over here in the United Kingdom. If what you're saying is true, and I did international wire fraud and identity theft, that is criminal. Go to the goddamn police. And if I can't go to the police, here's all my details. Make the fucking claim. I gave her my name. I gave her my number. I gave her my house address. I gave, fully doxed myself to a random influencer on the internet. Also, I gave all my husband's details because in that same video, Jackie Aina also claimed that my husband was a hacker. He works in telecommunications. He might be able to fix your server, but he can't hack you. And this was all based on a video I did where my husband was reading code. So because my husband has the ability to read code, he can hack somebody. It's just the cognitive fucking dissonance was out of this world. So ridiculously redundant. None of it made sense. And she just said it like it was true. So I doxed myself to Jackie Aina and basically put the ball back in her court and said, if you're gonna do it, just sue me.
The video was made about 9 hours ago by a YouTuber by the name of Jackie Aina, where she states or alludes to the notion that I stole $1,500 from her banking, checking, who knows. What Jackie Aina has essentially accused me of is international identity theft and wire fraud. Both of those are criminal offences, and in the US these are classed as felonies. Therefore, if she was to contact the police, if she has found out from her FBI friend beyond a reasonable doubt that I have done the things that she is alluding to the notion that I have done, then she would be able to speak to the police, hand in her relevant information. They would be able to contact the police in my country, issue a warrant, and I would be arrested. Not only would I be arrested, but then I'd have to further prove my innocence. So, here's my proposition. You stated in your video that you like and respect Sanders Kennedy. I like and respect Sanders Kennedy also. He's a mutual party. I can't say he's my friend, and I'm sure that you can't say he's your friend either. I'm going to be sending all of my personal information over to Sanders Kennedy. I'm talking about my actual home address, as well as my PO box address, as well as my date of birth, my information, my national insurance number, my works address, my partner's works address, my partner's full name and national insurance number, any kind of information that it is that you could possibly need to either A, file, I don't know what kind of lawsuit it is that you're looking to file, but file a lawsuit, or B, press some criminal charges against me or my partner. At that point, I've been completely compliant with whatever it is that you are looking to do. And as long as I am being compliant and forthcoming with any information that it is that I could possibly give you to help you make your case, then I am more than happy to do so. But I can sleep easy knowing that I did all I can to prove my own innocence. because I've got nothing to hide.
Shortly after this, and after she was found to be horrendously wrong, even her own audience then started calling her out, being like, okay, so aren't you going to do something with Paige? Are you not going to press charges? All of a sudden, sis don't want to press charges. Why? Because you were wrong. You made a terrible assertion, misused your platform, and also was just high-key horrible to another creator because you didn't like the things it is that they said. Like, I could not imagine being in such a place of enragement in one's mind that, like, you would do something actually that vindictive to a person that you literally don't know. And Jackie Aina actually did then go over to Instagram or Twitter or something like that and made an apology. Now, the apology was not to me. The apology was to her audience, basically saying I should never have dragged this situation up and caused drama within our community. It was never really like, I apologize for actually making a false assertion about Paige. She never apologized for that. I, as a human being, do not deserve that grace for her to tell her audience or correct them. I must be correct when I come anytime on this platform to talk about any subject, any influencer, anything. But she doesn't have to correct anything, ever. If she makes a wrong assertion, doesn't matter. It is what it is. Fuck you. Die. That's how it is. Now, I was extremely angry about it at the time, especially for about like the first 2 years. I'd say anything up to 2020. Around 2020, the pandemic came, and honestly, it was the last thing I could ever think about. But then people asked me, oh, why didn't you sue? Why didn't you sue Jackie Aina? You could have. First of all, I was like, it was just such a random point in my life. At that time, I was saving for IVF because I was having fertility issues, as well as I was literally getting married the following month. I had so many financial pulls here and there that I really just did not have the finances to hire a lawyer at that time. And also, I wasn't paying any kind of content creators insurance because, again, I was only at 30,000 subscribers. Like, this was not a full-time job for me at that point. I was still working as an ambulance dispatcher. However, since that moment, I think I made like maybe 1 or 2 more videos since the initial incident to do with Jackie Aina, but I actually haven't spoken about Jackie Aina since the 7th of August 2019. Okay, so let's catch you up with everything that's been going on with Jackie Aina in the past like 5-6 years. So on the 4th of August 2020, Jackie Aina launched her brand Forever Mood. This brand went on to become extremely successful, and it went into Sephora, and they do candles and fragrances. She kind of moved into the lifestyle content genre and black luxury, and has become extremely super duper successful. However, there was a launch with her brand Forever Mood that didn't necessarily go quite so well, and that is the Sorrow Soke drama. Now, at the time that this drama took place, a lot of people again tagged me and wanted me to cover this story, but the reason I didn't cover this story, one, I am not Nigerian, I am Jamaican. I don't want to overspeak an entire group of people who deserve to have their voices heard. And two, because Jackie Aina's brand Forever Mood publicly acknowledged that they had made a misstep, and I kind of felt as if they'd done everything that they were supposed to do correctly. And in reality, when it comes to brands making missteps, that is honestly the best that we can expect. So let me just explain what the Sorrow Soke drama is. Now, if you guys remember, around 2020, there was a whole movement that was taking place on social media called End SARS, hashtag End SARS. And End SARS was a decentralized social movement and a series of mass protests against the police brutality in Nigeria that occurred in 2020.
There have been a number of End SARS campaigns since 2016, but the latest round of protests are different. They were sparked by a widely circulated video of a SARS officer allegedly shooting a young Nigerian in Delta State. Demonstrations have been taking place for weeks using the social media hashtag #EndSARS to rally huge crowds. In response to the demonstrations, Nigeria's president, Muhammadu Buhari, said he would dissolve the SARS unit and promised an investigation into police violence. But many protesters don't buy it. They point out that SARS has been reformed and rebadged several times over the last few years, and they have little faith that anything will change.
Now, around the time of the height of the NSARS movement, people were asking Jackie Aina to speak about NSARS. They were saying, Jackie, you are a Nigerian African American. You have great visibility, you have great reach. Please use your platform to speak about the NSARS movement. Now, word is on the street that Jackie Aina blocked anybody who asked her to speak about NSARS. So with Nigerian Americans really understanding, okay, we see where you stand. With this kind of shit, it's all Black Lives Matter, but when it comes to the people of Nigeria, you could give two fucks. Cool, bet. However, that in itself wasn't actually the initial drama. What amplified this NSARS Sorosoke drama even more was that Jackie Aina came out with a Nigerian-inspired candle line for her brand Forever Mood, and one of the candles were called Sorosoke. And Sorosoke is a political slogan that was used in the NSARS protests. Sorosoke is a Yoruba word meaning speak up, which is something that, quite frankly, Jackie Aina didn't do.
Sorosoke in Yoruba means speak up. Basically, it's another way of saying stand for something or fall for anything, period. When I first smelled the scent, it was bold, and I wanted it to give a name that kind of matched the energy of what I was smelling. This is actually a true sandalwood scent. It is bomb. Speaking up is important, but you can never do it alone. I felt really inspired by the fact that it was layered and supported with these other beautiful, stunning notes. Like the sandalwood is the star, but it's really the cardamom and the musk that's just making the magic happen.
So a lot of people felt extremely angry that Jackie Aina was financially benefiting from a protest slogan that she didn't even amplify when people gave her the chance to do it. It wasn't just about the brand making a misstep, it became extremely personal for some people.
Why everyone's mad at Jackie Aina over her new candle collection. Jackie Aina just dropped a new collection from her Forever Mood candle company, this time inspired by her Nigerian heritage. However, she named one of those candles Sorosoke, and that is where the issue lies. Sorosoke roughly translates to speak up, but it was also the rallying cry for the End SARS protests. SARS is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, an especially brutal arm of Nigerian policing that brutalized and killed Nigerians both before the protests and certainly during the protests as a response backlash to people's trying to stand up to their violence and stand up to corruption in the government. So it's completely out of order to name one of your luxury candles Sorosoke, because it's like naming a candle Say Her Name, in reference to Breonna Taylor, or naming it I Can't Breathe. Like, it is really in bad taste. She also put on the outside of the candle, tomorrow isn't promised, enjoy now, which is such a wild and flippant thing to say when you have a candle that references like people's actual deaths. It's just clear that she didn't really understand the true meaning behind Sorosoke, but as a Nigerian first-generation immigrant, she is making this entire collection about her heritage. If you look online, the whole rollout was supposed to be like traditional Nigerian clothing, music, all of that. But she clearly doesn't understand the needs of Nigerians right now. And during the NSARS protests, people asked her to speak out, and she ignored them and even blocked some of them. In fact, today she went and blocked a ton of people for pointing out that this was an issue. Her team ended up posting an apology, but people are not taking it. And I'm not Nigerian, I'm Sierra Leonean, so it's not up for me to decide whether or not someone should accept this apology. But people are really feeling like she only put it out just to check a box. If she really understood the harm that she had caused, she wouldn't have been blocking people all day long, which fair, true. It's just really emblematic of how tone-deaf influencers can be and how some of them are really only out to make a quick buck and don't care about social issues. I think there's also something a little deeper here too about how first-generation immigrants, like myself, can be really removed from the realities of people living in their parents' home country. But that piece is something that I will unpack with my therapist instead of TikTok.
But that's not the only drama that Jackie Aina has been involved in. There's also been nail drama. This was really simple. She had like a collaboration with a press-on nail company, and the press-on nails were extremely ill-fitting, and people had called out Jackie Aina for these extremely terribly ill-fitting nails and saying, Jackie, we know you're Miss Black Luxury. Why are you trying to promote to us? Clearly what we're seeing is crap. And she just blocked and hid anybody who had anything negative to say about the nails and about the brand and about what she was doing and collecting her bag. The next drama that Jackie Aina has been in the past 6 years since I've spoken about her is her no longer wanting to be called Auntie. This one's a bit weird for me. I understand, but I don't understand, if that makes any sense. Jackie Aina basically went onto the Baby It's Kiki Palmer podcast, where she explained that she had a conversation with her audience at one point, where she explained that she no longer wanted to be called Auntie Jackie. Now, Auntie is a term that we use in the Black community as a term of endearment to anyone who's just a little bit older. It's not just a term of endearment, it's also a way to show respect. There are certain cousins in my life that I would refer to as aunties as a sign of respect. However, Jackie Aina basically said that she no longer wanted to be called Auntie, despite making her brand Auntie Jackie. Like, we've heard Jackie Aina several times say Auntie Jackie, Auntie Jackie, Auntie Jackie. But despite making that a part of her own personal brand, she wanted to detach herself from that brand. I hear you. I detached myself from Petty Paige. I felt like it was juvenile. I'm a grown woman now. However, 37-year-old Jackie Aina, to the contrary, decides that she no longer wants to be called Auntie because she feels like she has been adultified in a way that she isn't. She wants to reclaim her youth.
Because I had to tell people, stop calling me Auntie. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a whole era of like Auntie Jackie, and then it was cute until it wasn't cute. And it was like, okay, you're 40. Like, why are you calling me yo Auntie? Like, you got kids. Like, I'm confused.
Jackie,
like,
please,
why am I
that's also
Auntie?
so Leo of your ass.
No, it's
Leos
actually
don't play with that shit.
it just felt like the pedestal just kept getting higher and higher, and the separation between Jackie as a person and like Jackie's community was starting to. There was a bigger gap, and it was like, I'm not encouraging that. That's something that other people are doing. What can I do to change? And I started to realize, like, I feel like I'm always going to run into this issue if people still keep putting me in this auntie, mother, you know what I mean?
Somebody they're leaning on, somebody they're learning from. And you feel like,
Now, again, like I said when I first started this part of the story, I get it, but I don't get it. I get it in a sense of the adultification of Black women definitely needs to be discussed, especially when they are minors. I mean, we have seen the adultification even more recently with Blue Ivy Carter. She went to the premiere for the Mufasa movie and she was wearing a big princess dress. And because she's tall and she's developing as a 12-year-old girl, people were sexualizing her in a way that I felt was extremely inappropriate. And this is only something that I seem to see happen to young Black girls. I do definitely feel like adultification is definitely something that we need to look at and tackle. However, I don't think that that's what was happening with Jackie Aina. I think that just her being the eldest of so many siblings and feeling like she has an overwhelming amount of responsibility to her younger siblings is what has made her feel like she's much older. But also, I'm just going to be honest, I think a part of this is also her reclaiming her youth, because she is now coming towards being middle-aged. She's 37 right now, so she's like 3 years away from 40. So she's gonna be middle-aged soon. And I feel like also that's like, you know, a transition. And that's fine. Shit, I'm gonna cry when I turn 40. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna cry. I'm scared of getting grey hairs, sweetheart. Terrified. I've started noticing crow's feet develop at the corner of my eyes, and we are trying to stop that with the quickness. If I have to do Botox, bitch, I will. So trust me, I understand the anxiety of getting closer and closer to becoming middle-aged, like you're no longer young anymore. Because I know that I, myself, will not be aging gracefully. I will be the most ungraceful ager you will ever see. Okay? Blow up doll, just... Okay, and the next drama that took place with Jackie Aina was the Jackie Aina blocked me situation. Now, Jackie Aina has had an extremely well-known history of blocking people. I do believe at one point she changed her name on Twitter to like Blockiana because she blocks people so frequently. Now, I have no problem with somebody who chooses to block people. I am very much an advocate for protecting your peace, and sometimes it's not necessarily about somebody saying something mean or horrible. It's about making sure the space and the environment environment it is that you want to be in on social media is the way that you want it. Like, it very much reminds me of that tweet from Tyler, the Creator, where it's like, what the hell is cyberbullying? Nigga, close the laptop. Like, you don't have to tolerate people talking to you any kind of way at all times. And if you want to block them, then that is completely fine. I'm a huge advocate for that. I don't see anything wrong with that. However, Jackie Aina, in comparison to most, is a little bit trigger happy, boom, with the block. Like, it's like a big red button, just bam, just again, like, bam. Oh, Jackie, I like your bam. Jackie, I just watched your video and bam. I have a suggestion for you, bam. Like, Jackie Aina will block you with the quickness. This is known, okay? And just to prove to you how well known this is, here is a post from several years ago on Reddit where people were discussing various different reasons that they were blocked by Jackie Aina. She's very easy to block people. I think I got caught in a blockchain once. You use bots to block someone and whoever is following them or likes something. And I don't know how. I wasn't that much into makeup back then, and I wanted to see some tweets or something, and boom, was blocked. Yep, I got blocked for liking some arbitrary comments about her candles as well. Me too. I was blocked on Twitter and I don't even know what I did. I still enjoy her content, but I don't remember criticizing her or speaking ill of her, so it just made me confused. I've been blocked since the Petty Paige incident. I forgot she even existed until TikTok assumed that I wanted to see her. She comes off as sensitive, and any perceived slight to her or her business gets you blocked. I got blocked for saying that her audio issues are distracting in her videos. I used to like Jackie. Her content is really good. Just after being blocked, I'm very meh. If you look at her socials, she can be very block happy when criticized and uses the excuse that I'm protecting my peace. She gets a lot of hate being a woman of color on the internet, but blocking fans and valid criticism is shitty. There is a girl who complained that her highlighters came leaked and smashed to bits, and she just blocked them. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So as you can see, Jackie Aina extremely trigger happy with the block. Again, I am a huge advocate for protecting your peace, but for me, you can't just block everybody. Like, you can't just block. If that's the case, if you're going that hard to block everybody, then do you really need to be on social media? If you're that sensitive and your feelings and your emotions can get that hurt that quickly, do you need to be on social media? Genuinely. Like, Jackie Aina is at the point in her career that she could literally just let somebody else handle her shit. And I have no problem with her wanting to be the face of her company. But you know, if you are gonna do that, at least like be able to converse with your audience without them being, you're amazing, you are great, everything you do is great, there is no criticism. There are people who tell me that like that I have audio issues, there is a video glitch, there's something that happened on frame 45 of the video. These are the kind of criticisms that I expect. However, earlier today somebody called my kids monkeys, they got blocked. I feel like there's levels. I feel like there's levels to this. Okay, so now we are all up to speed with pretty much everything that has taken place in the past 5-6 years since the last time I spoke about Jackie Aina. So let's get into the present drama and what has happened recently. Okay, so the recent drama pertaining to Jackie Aina started because Jackie Aina has recently changed her last name. Now, if you guys know, Jackie Aina, she has been engaged for a hot minute, and people were asking her when she gonna get married, like when's the big day. She never gave anybody any details, which I understand. Bitch, I kept my wedding a complete secret until it happened. But after seeing Jackie Aina have a name change and take on the name of her partner Dennis, a lot of people then began to speculate that she may have got married in a private ceremony, which I feel like is fair to assume. So what ended up happening is people started congratulating Jackie Aina for her nuptials, for getting wed. And every person who congratulated her on the name change, and by the way, this name change was on Instagram, TikTok, like every social media platform that Jackie Aina has apart from YouTube, Jackie Aina had changed her entire name. Now, Jackie Aina's audience are very much aware that Jackie Aina is trigger happy with the block. So people took to TikTok and other social medias to basically joke about the fact that they had been blocked by Jackie Aina for congratulating her, etc, etc. Here are a couple of people who were supportive and I guess like lovingly joking about being blocked by Jackie Aina. Take a look.
No, but y'all, have y'all seen the change? I love Jackie Deb. She really is the definition of moving in silence. Like, her execution stayed being on 10 on anything and everything involving her life. And I love that about her. So I'm genuinely so happy. I can't wait till she's like, okay, here y'all go.
Do you guys see what I see? That's new. I have a feeling that Jackie's either gonna come out with something on like Hulu, Amazon Prime, maybe a YouTube special that kind of has like her entire wedding.
Random thought, but what happened to Jackie Aina's name? Has anyone noticed that? Did she get for real and didn't tell us because we're always in her business?
Jackie Aina is the perfect example of moving in private. Now, there's a difference between moving in silence and moving in private. We knew she had a partner. We knew that they were getting married. We just didn't know when. Never saw the wedding, never got an announcement. We just saw the name change.
Jackie Aina. Jackie. I peeped it, boo. Real silent, real cute. I like that. That's how it's supposed to be.
Y'all, Jackie is not playing. I woke up to a stroll of videos talking about Jackie didn't block me. Jamila made one video defending Jackie. Jackie, at the end of the night, Jackie blocked her. And then Jamila was like, I blame Mecca. Mecca started this shit. Mecca was the first one telling everybody that Jackie will block your ass. Jackie is going to block y'all if y'all go on her page talking shit. And then Mecca checks her status. And Jackie then blocked her too. She not playing. Do not go to her page talk about congratulations on your marriage. Don't talk about none of that shit because her black game is strong.
Imagine today, of all days, being the day that you find out that Jackie Aina blocked you on TikTok and Instagram. I have never said nothing negative about that lady. Never. I feel like I'm guilty by association or something. I have 2 of her perfumes. I ain't never did shit to her. Like, I just seen a bunch of people talking about her. I'm like, oh, what happened this time? I go to search her, not coming up. I search her new name, not coming up. Go to Instagram, not coming up. And then I see somebody else post her, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just go to my burner Instagram, see if I can find it. Found it, hit the link in her bio, not coming up. Like to her TikTok, it's not coming up. So I switched my burner TikTok, hit the link, boom, there it is. What the fuck did I do? What the fuck? I've been with Jackie since Little Pumpkin Pie 05.
At this point, this is just a badge of honor. Because all the bad bitches is blocked by Jackie Aina. I feel honored that I'm in the class of women blocked by Jackie Aina. All the bad bitches are blocked by her, child. She don't play.
You got to be quicker than that. Because the thing is, like, you're blocking the people that are going to buy your products. You're blocking the people, and I'm curious if it's all black women she's blocking or if it's like across the board. But that is your core audience. You said black women has been your core audience. They helped build you up. People have been following you for years. I don't know. I just feel like, and I understand wanting to be private, okay? I understand wanting to be like, listen, I want my wedding to be completely like private. I don't want to show it to anyone. And I don't blame her. But anyway, girl, you got to be quicker than that.
No, I really feel like y'all are minimizing this whole Jackie Aina thing with her getting married, and y'all are saying she's blocking folks for congratulating her as if that's it. And I don't like it because I feel like y'all are leaving out 2 really important keys and pieces of information. Let's not act like people out here aren't trying to figure out when she got married, what her wedding dress looked like, where was the venue, who all was invited. Those people are getting blocked. And rightfully so.
I really don't understand why people are upset with Jackie Aina, because what kind of entitlement do you think you have to tell somebody congratulations under a video where she's not making a formal announcement that she changed her last name? That's crazy, and it's a little creepy. It's like, boundaries, please. If she indeed wanted that congratulations, she probably would have made a formal announcement in a video and told you guys about it. Maybe she was going to have a moment to where she told you guys about it. But what gives you guys the entitlement to feel Like, you can overstep someone's boundaries like that. Like, really? That's crazy. I feel like she had every right to feel the way she felt. And some of those congratulations probably had a little tone with it, honestly. People are not stupid. I'm just saying. Me personally, I agree with what she did.
Now, what I will say is that Jackie Aina was aware that there was interest in her marriage. In fact, Jackie Aina was actually asked in a video from 2022 about her wedding and pending nuptials and all of that kind of stuff, with the person even prefacing it by saying, I don't want to be too intrusive, but I just wanted to ask. To which Jackie Aina responded that she didn't think it was intrusive and that she was okay with people asking her questions about her marriage and all that kind of stuff, especially seeing she'd made her engagement so public, because her engagement was literally everywhere. The moment Jackie Aina got proposed to, it was on like all over my social media. It was all I could see.
I actually don't find this question invasive. I only feel like it's rude when someone will say something like, "You're still engaged? When are y'all gonna get married?" It's like, it's a context thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really what you say, it's like how you say it. So no, it doesn't bother me when people ask when we're getting married, because it's like a normal question to ask, especially since our engagement was public. I don't mind that. I guess it just depends on like how they say it. And the other thing that I also want to say is our engagement feels like a really long engagement because nobody got married in 2020. And I think people forget that like COVID happened and like the world stopped for an entire year. So I don't really count 2020 as like an engagement year. Honestly, we got engaged in 2019. The following year, everything shut down. People lost a lot of money trying to plan weddings. So I said, won't be me. Won't be me.
But not just that, Jackie Aina and her partner Dennis also used to do a channel together, like a couples channel, where they would like share things about their personal life. Like, people were very much emotionally invested with this couple. So for me, it's not bizarre that people have other questions, because you've made it a little bit more public to the public.
What up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Dennis and Jackie Show.
Wow, you're popping that on, big guy. That was actually really good. Now, today we're going to be doing our first Snapchat Q&A, and this is Dennis's first Snapchat Q&A. We opened up Dennis's Snapchat for some questions, comments, and just whatever they want to say, and we're just going to be opening them and talking about them right here on this video.
Yep, and we're going to keep it 100% real.
And I mean, to really put this into context, Jackie Aina was also on the cover of the magazine The Knot. So people having some kind of investment in her marriage and when she got married and her nuptials is kind of to be expected. I feel like it was kind of like promoted to the umpteenth degree. So for people to ask and then you block them because they ask, it just feels a little bit, I don't know, just unfair. Like if she'd come forward on social media, set a boundary and said, listen, I don't want to talk about it anymore. That is my choice. Fair enough. But that's not what happened. She just started blocking people who asked. Okay, so now we know about the Jackie Aina blocked me drama and the drama surrounding her nuptials and her name change and blocking people in regards to that. Then we have the present drama, which is involving two content creators specifically that I want to talk about, which is Jamil and Mecca. Now, Jamil is a very popular content creator on TikTok. She does basically commentary, like off-the-cuff commentary on TikTok, and she's gained a lot of popularity from that. But that isn't all that she does. Like, she has a production company, she is a writer, a script writer, she is involved in the arts, and she actually has a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers from videos that she made almost 10 years ago. In fact, you guys will most probably recognize her as the woman in the red top who is eating the hot Cheetos. Well, that meme that we have seen and used a bunch of times on social media is from this content creator and their channel almost 10 years ago. So basically, a couple of days ago, Jackie Aina made a video speaking about these content creators and the videos it is that they made about Jackie Aina, basically saying that they were mean girls, that they bullied her, and just a bunch of other unfounded claims.
What I've seen, the general discourse around these specific creators is that basically they give bully. Now, I am not a fan of dogpiling on creators because I understand how it feels to be dogpiled on. And even if I'm not a fan of someone or their content, I never want to be a contributing factor to that. A couple months ago, y'all dragged me for filth. accusing me of blocking people because they were congratulating. Like, I laugh because it's so stupid. That never happened. I need to hold your hand. Hold on. I'm going to hold your hand gently before we move on for the rest of the story and remind you that that quite literally never happened, just so we're clear.
Now, to begin with, Jackie Aina speaks about the I got blocked by Jackie trend that was taking place not too long ago, and she was saying that the I got blocked by Jackie was never a thing. However, after that trend happened, Jackie Aina made a video talking about like making popcorn or whatever, in which she wore a t-shirt that says I got blocked by Jackie Aina 2024 or something like that. So she was kind of aware about the drama that was happening. She made merch. I'm not sure whether she sold it or not, but definitely tried to capitalize off that event. So in my head, I'm just thinking, if that never happened, why did you amplify it? That doesn't seem like something you would do for something that never took place. That's like somebody starting a rumor that I was like kicking babies, and then I bought a t-shirt that says kicking babies since 1991. Like,
well, basically, I was accused of going on a mass blocking spree. There was one particular creator that was in this group that's currently being discussed right now. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I could not tell you this lady's name. The only thing I know about her is that she has light skin and she kind of looks like Taraji P. Henson. Do whatever with that information that you will. She basically told her audience that I blocked her after she made a video defending me. She had, I guess, defended me, like basically said something along the lines of like, know how Jackie get down? Like, that's just who she is, da 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 da. And then came back to her platform and said, Jackie blocked me? I was defending her. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Well, I know y'all know who I'm talking about because there was like a few people when this all circulated that were particularly louder about this whole Jackie Aina blocked me situation. That never happened. Now, what that creator failed to tell y'all was that, yeah, I blocked her 3 months before that exchange. She would come up on my timeline and she was commentary. I would occasionally engage with the content, scroll on, keep it pushing until I saw something that I didn't like. It was definitely something about me specifically. She was making fun of me. Like, there's really no other way to say it. And I blocked her. So I want you guys to just follow what I'm saying, because I don't know if you've picked up on like what I'm implying. This creator, in the midst of me getting obliterated for going on a alleged mass blocking spree, in order to give legitimacy to this, she made a video defending me and told her audience I blocked her in response to that, but failed to tell y'all that she had already been blocked for months.
so she says that when Jamil had made her video stating that she was blocked by Jackie Aina, that she failed to tell everybody that she had been blocked by Jackie Aina for over 3 months. Now, Jamil has her own rebuttal to that, which we will take a look at shortly, but just follow on because this is an important point.
But if you know the creator that I'm talking about, understanding what she looks like, how she's gonna be perceived, and then looking at me and how I'm most times typically perceived, the moment a woman like her says, Jackie Aina, the big scary, she blocked me, y'all. Like, I was so nice to her, she blocked me. Can you believe it? God, she blocked me. You knew that that was gonna be believable coming from you, and you posted that content anyway. You knew it would do numbers. I don't know, I just find that particular method of like handling your platform kind of cruel. And this was also the same lady who had no problem like making jokes about me and age shaming me when I was talking about the Auntie discourse. And this same particular creator, not only her, but another girl in the same little friend group that y'all are discussing right now, basically just made videos making fun of it. Like, I don't know, like literally age shaming me and making fun of it. You don't have a rapport with someone. The joke, like when there's no like level of community, or if you have never supported this person before, then you turn on your camera to make fun of them when they're being like really vulnerable, the joke's not gonna be funny.
So in this section, she's like, if you know the creator that I'm talking about, because of the way that she looks and the way that she's going to be perceived, ... That for me was honestly giving that she genuinely was trying to place colorism, like as in, I'm a darker skinned black lady, so I'm not going to be viewed and received in the same way that a lighter skinned lady would, which is fair. However, she didn't do anything that was like mean or antagonistic in any capacity. Also, towards the beginning of this video, Jackie Aina states that the content creator that she's speaking of looks a little bit like Taraji P. Henson, which really made it like so easy to narrow down exactly who it is that she was speaking of. In this section, Jackie Aina says that the girls were age shaming her. There is literally no evidence to suggest that, and that will be talked about later as well. Then Jackie Aina goes on to further push in the colorism narrative by basically saying that these content creators used a lot of dog whistles. When you see what these girls actually posted, you are going to be flabbergasted. When you see what these women actually fucking posted, you are going to be flabbergasted, because it was nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort.
And she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
Then she continues to go on and call them bullies. That she was being bullied by these ladies.
The content creators who just come up on here and yap like serial yapper, and it's like a new flavor of the week. I feel like the quality in the content lacks when you always just want to talk about anyone and everyone all the time. Whenever I've seen them make videos about me specifically, they usually don't outright say negative things. They tend to do a lot of dog whistling. So what they like to do is say just enough to like get their audiences to kind of like do the shit talking for them. And their entire comment section just basically turns into an environment shitting on me. I personally don't respect that. So the question is whether or not these creators are bullies. I mean, I personally don't know. Like, I don't know what else you would call that, because some of the creators in this particular group have made several, and I mean like several different types of videos about me, and have fostered these comment sections to just basically have people go in on me. I don't know. If that's not bullying, then what is? Because I've been called much worse for doing much less. When you continue to see the same group of grown adults amplify your potential downfall every chance they get, it starts to feel like, okay, we get it. We freaking get it, okay? Damn. If you know who I'm talking about, don't be weird. Don't do to them what they can't give me the courtesy and respect to not do to me. I want no parts in that, and I'm not encouraging that. And in fact, I'm asking, if you watch this video, please don't do that. But I'm just like really tired of creators not holding themselves to the same standard they hold me to. It's getting old. And after a while, one can only really tolerate so much.
Then she goes on to say, now, if you know who I'm talking about, don't be weird, don't go over to them. That girl, you're talking about dog whistles on one. That was a dog whistle. That was that girl who made a video about me who looks like Taraji P. Henson. If you know who I'm talking about, don't say anything to them. They're involved in present drama, but I'm not saying anything. And here's the thing. The drama is that these women were involved in is taking place right now. That thing is happening currently. This whole Jackie Aina blocked me situation was months ago. Like months and months and months ago. So if she was feeling some kind of way, why didn't Jackie Aina bring it up at the time instead of when these girls are going through a public controversy? So after Jackie Aina made this video on TikTok, as expected, these ladies got inundated with a hell of a lot more hate than they have ever had before. It's a very familiar feeling for me.
Now, judging through this scrollation situation that I have across my Instagram, which is only the one platform, like I haven't even bothered to look at YouTube, I would go as far as to say that judging by the information that you gave, people were able to find me.
So the girls made a rebuttal response on their podcast. The podcast is called, hold on, let me not forget, give it a nice little shameless plug, The Unhinged and Immoral Podcast. And these two ladies sat down, this is Jamil and Mecca, and detailed their experience. I'm going to be focusing more so on Jamil rather than Mecca, because I think some of the videos attached to Mecca have just disappeared off the internet. I can't see anything that she said about Jackie Aina in the past, so I'm not going to sit there and lend validity to what it is that she said if I can't prove it myself. But for the most part, Jackie Aina's video was mainly speaking about Jamil, so that is who we're going to focus on today.
Yesterday there was a video made by Jackie Aina to which she was addressing some, I guess you could say, her feelings towards certain creators. But it was very obvious that the video was directed towards me, because she said, and I quote, "I don't know her name, but I know she's light-skinned and looks like Taraji P. Henson." If you don't know, I've been called Taraji P. Henson.
A compliment of the highest order. Taraji is a living legend.
Right. She said something along the lines of, she's not a fan of dogpiling, and she feels like because she has a larger platform, she's held to a higher standard. And I think that's an unfair thing to say, considering this video is aiding in a dog pile, because you have to put into perspective the videos that she's referencing that I made were made months prior.
So Jamil starts off by saying that Jackie Aina pointed out that she looks like Taraji P. Henson and that she's involved in a present drama, and it didn't really take that long for people to work out who it was that she was speaking of. And Jackie Aina, again, has done this before with myself back in 2018, where she was extremely vague about who she was talking about, but was so pointed that it was obvious that everybody knew who she was talking about. At that point, I was probably one of the very few, if not the only, black woman in commentary, in the beauty commentary space at all. So it really wasn't that hard to find me. So Jackie Aina does these little dog whistles, if you will, in order to send her attack audience to go and attack content creators. And this is why I feel like I was getting tagged, because it's literally history repeating itself. There is nobody learning and fucking growing. This woman literally has an empire and still feels the need to just completely fabricate lies against people on the internet. To this day, how fucking insecure are you that you feel like you need to create lies about content creators in order to affirm your position within the YouTube space, within the social media space? You have already won, okay? Shut the fuck up.
I've only ever made 3 videos about Jackie Aina to date. I've only ever made 3. The first video I made was in reference to Auntie Gate, if you remember. So a couple of months ago, there was conversation about people calling Jackie Aina Auntie. As you know, colloquially speaking, Black people call other Black people, or, you know, women, aunties if they're a certain age, just kind of like as a term of endearment or whatever. And people were calling her auntie like on the slide. Jackie has since said that she doesn't like it for her own reason. And she said she doesn't like it. She doesn't like people call her auntie. And because of that, I guess people continue to call her auntie, and she then essentially kind of started blocking people for calling her that, and that was her essentially keeping to what she called her boundary. So this is the first video I made. I'm just saying. Telling everybody not to call you auntie is a very auntie thing to do. That's all I'm saying, and I just think that's funny. You know what's real lame? Getting on here and telling us, so I literally got blocked by insert name. Girl, you are so excited to be blocked. Like, you are so excited to be blocked. Girl, if you don't go somewhere. As somebody who is approaching 30, I can definitely understand you being like, have you seen my childhood? Because damn, it's like I graduated high school 10 years ago. It's definitely a weird thing. But at the same token, like, I don't wish I was still 18. I'm so happy to be almost 28, you know? Like, you gotta just sit in it. And even if your childhood passed you by, it doesn't take away the opportunity for you to live life. But we are getting old, and that's, as the old folks say, a blessing. Amen? But also, blocking people for calling you auntie, I'm not mad at it. I once blocked a bitch because she said she didn't get the joke that I said on here. Well, get your unfunny ass up on out of here, ho. So, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. To each his own.
That was not said with malice, intent. It's more of a compliment. I still don't think it's a big deal, but I see where Jackie was coming from.
I wanted to play that because, again, like I said, I don't want... If you're going to reference something that I said about you, Jackie, then I want everybody to see exactly what you're talking about. So I'll start there. This narrative of you blocking people is not something that I created. This is something that's been started way before I even made a video about you. It's known that if you say something kind of shady towards Jackie, that Jackie's going to block you. That's not a bad thing. And I've always said that. I don't think that's an issue. As a matter of fact, I think it's commendable that you just block somebody instead of going back and forth.
And these girls are right. This whole situation with Jackie Aina blocking people on social media has been going on for years. I showed you posts from like 2-3 years ago on Reddit where people were literally talking about instances that they had been randomly blocked by Jackie Aina. Some people even assuming that they were involved in some kind of blockchain. So the I got blocked by Jackie Aina narrative is not a new one and not something that they started. However, she presented it as if these girls were like the catalyst catalyst for this?
So this is in reference to a couple months back. She changed her name on her profile or on her pages, and people noticed. So they started making videos, I guess, congratulating her for officially tying the knot with her at one point fiance. And so this narrative had changed on TikTok from what I saw. Oh, apparently Jackie blocked somebody because they said congratulations, kind of blew her spot up essentially for getting married. This, again, is a narrative that I did not create. I saw the conversations happening on my timeline just as everybody else. This is the video I made in reference to that.
Now, y'all know Jackie Aina is a strict bitch and she runs a tight ship. She is no nonsense. So I know y'all not getting up on here saying shit like, ooh, finally she got married. Girl, you know she gonna block you quicker than you can get a candle from her new line. Jackie really do not be playing with y'all, and it be so funny to me because every time she get to blocking folks for doing some bullshit, y'all be like, can you believe I literally got blocked by Jackie Aina because I said she was an auntie? Like, yeah, I can't believe that because I've been following Jackie since like fucking 2013. I know that lady very well. Do you? That's like getting surprised that Beyonce doesn't release a song because it got leaked. Duh! You got to know who you a fan of, sister. Jackie don't play with us like that. Y'all should know that if you really follow her. Y'all know you gotta just sit back and let Jackie tell us her business little by little. You just gotta be a spectator. Now, thanks to y'all, she may not even give us the goddamn footage because y'all talk too motherfucking much. Jackie, I still want to see the pictures though, sister. Congratulations.
Now, that was the video. Now, I will say, if you are not familiar with my content, my banter, the way that I talk, the way that I carry on, I can understand the first line hitting her like a ton of bricks. You know she's a strict bitch. So I can understand if she's seen that video and seen nothing else from me, her being kind of like, okay, that was a bit abrasive. Because she did say in her video that, you know, if we don't have some type of rapport, then you can't joke with me like that. I understand that. So when I found out that I was blocked, I wasn't really upset. It was like, damn, like she might have just misunderstood my joke. And that's okay. It was still not an issue. This is the video that came right after when I essentially noticed that I was blocked by her.
Hey, I'm sad. What was the final straw? I didn't even say. I blame Mecca.
So Jackie said in her video that I created this narrative that I blocked her because of my video defending her, when in actuality I was blocked 3 months prior. And I'm gonna say this and say this now. I need everybody to hear me clearly. How in the hell would I know that I was blocked 3 months prior if I was blocked? You don't get a notification when you're blocked. Nobody tells you, hey everybody, just so you know, Jackie Aina blocked you. I did not know that. That does not, why it doesn't make sense for me to sit up here and create a video. And I mean this with all respect. I don't need to make a video claiming to be blocked by Jackie Aina to get views. I was already a large creator when this happened. I was already getting views. I was already stamped in my own personal platform. I don't have to make a 20-second video laughing at the fact that I'm blocked by Jackie Aina in order to get views. And to say that and to insinuate that, pretty low. I don't really, that's lame to me, to be quite honest. These are the only videos to date that exist of me talking about Jackie Aina. And that is the God honest truth. She also said that I engaged in age shaming her. Again, that's not true. I've never age shamed her. The only thing I said was blocking somebody for calling you auntie is a very auntie thing to do. I also said in the same video that I also be blocking people for random ass things. I'm also 28 and I've also been called auntie multiple times. Because you also said I'm a serial yapper, and that means my content is lacking because that's all I engage in. That lets me know everything I need to know, because you don't know my content, Jackie, and that's okay. But I think it's irresponsible of you and for your 3 million followers on TikTok alone to get on here and to spread misinformation about me, and then to try to, you know, wrap it up in a nice pretty bow by saying, but I don't engage in dogpiling, and I don't want you guys to go do that. I don't want you guys to do that. I think that that's really disingenuous. I think if you create a video about somebody and say that they engaged in bullying you, and you sit here and say that because the bullying was so bad and I did all these things, you had to block me, you have to know what's going to come of that. There are a lot of people that adore you. You have a lot of really, really amazing fans. And of course, they're going to want to defend you.
And I think
that's the way that it goes. And you also said that because of those videos, I engage in dog whistles by saying certain things that may not necessarily be, you know, obvious and upfront, but I allow my comment section to essentially do my dirty work for me in shit talk. And I'm here to tell you that the call is coming from inside the house. What you did in that video is exactly what you've been accusing me of doing. You got on your platform and you started to talk about me in a negative way and allowed for your comment section to do your dirty work for you. My feed is now flooded with people in here saying, why did you lie on Jackie? You liar. Why did you lie on Jackie? Taraji P. Henson. To end off your video and say, I just want to be left alone. My question to you is, if you wanted to be left alone, why would you create this video? You were not in this conversation at all. You were not brought up at all. Let's talk about the colorism tip. I'm not going to shy away from that. You kind of suggested that because of the way that I look, I'm going to be perceived one way versus the way that you look, and you're going to be perceived another versus, you know, depending on how we talk. And you're right about that. I can't help that because I'm light skinned, no matter what I say, the perception that I have is going to be different than when a dark skinned woman is saying similar or different things. However, that is not what's happening in this situation. You said that I bullied you and I was mean to you and I made fun of you and I age shamed you and I lied about knowing when I was blocked to gather engagement. That is not what happened. The way people are going to perceive us is outside of our control. I cannot help how I'm perceived. All I can do is me. I can only be myself. I can only respond in the way that I respond. I don't want to invalidate your feelings about anything, but I also think if you can have strong feelings, so can I. If you can feel upset about something, so can I. This was very upsetting. So to see somebody who I look up to do this is very, very upsetting because I've always loved your content. You're a pioneer when it comes to beauty influence.
That's something that we both have
nobody
said.
would ever take that away from you. And so I, like I said in my videos, I did come in to defend you in my own way. I think it's very clear based off of all the videos that I've shown today that you simply misunderstood me, my content, and my banter and humor, and that I can understand. I can understand that. But what I don't appreciate is taking the misunderstanding that you took from my videos and creating that and making that the truth and making that the narrative and using that as your, you know, on your platform.
Now, I didn't really have too much to add in this section of the video, purely because I feel like these ladies, their rebuttal was absolutely stellar. 10 out of 10. That is the way that it should be done. They were clear, they were concise, they brought their evidence, they were to the point, they weren't shady, well, not too shady. And they really did just come out here and make Jackie Aina look stupid. Now, do you think that Jackie Aina, since this video has gone up, where there has been a rebuttal and they've been able to prove that all of the things it is that Jackie Aina had said had taken place, the bullying, it was that she was experienced, actually never happened? Do you think that Jackie Aina took down a video off her social media profiles? Nope. The girlies were not given that same kind of grace. I think honestly the video about me probably would have been kept up if she hadn't made a defamatory claim that was literally like a legal issue. But why am I even talking about this? Like, what is the conclusion of this whole entire thing? Honestly, I made this video purely just to show that Jackie Aina hasn't fucking changed. She's doing the same shit that she did in 2018 all the way now in 2024. She is at the top of her game. She is growing an empire. She is living the black woman dream. Anything it is that she wants, she can have it, but still, she is still, I guess, so insecure that not only can she not handle criticism, but she also has to fabricate lies about strangers in order to make herself feel comforted by the strength of her community. Jackie Aina has done an amazing thing by being able to build such a large community of black women who will accept anything. I gotta speak to black women right now. We deserve better. Okay, and half the problem is that like Jackie Aina is the it girl. There is no other black beauty influencer like her, right? We had Jackie Aina, Makeup by Shayla, the Arnell sisters, and Really Girly, Patricia Bright, and Really Girly, that was fucking it. We really didn't have that many like black girl beauty gurus really going out there and making waves in the same way that the white beauty gurus were. So I think that the reason that people latch on to Jackie and allow her to literally treat directly her audience, the people who are congratulating her on her nuptials, the reason that she treats these people like shit is because you are fucking disposable to her. You are as disposable as her income, bitch. And she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. She has created a strong... I don't know how somebody is able to create strength in a community to the fact that they will do stuff like ride at dawn and don't even treat the members of that community good. Like, when's the last time Jackie Aina gave back to her community? Don't worry, I'll wait. When is the last time that Jackie Aina changed the lives of somebody in their community? Don't worry, I'll wait. Literal celebrities who have millions upon millions of followers and way more disposable income and way bigger houses and just everything treat their own fans better than she treats her fans. And I'm a Doja Cat fan and she don't even like us. But the same thing is happening again. Literally dogpiling content creators for criticism and weaponizing her audience. And this isn't the only time that it's happened. There was also another situation with a content creator called She Is Resting, who made a statement, an open-ended statement that could literally have been about any content creator ever. And Jackie Aina took it upon herself to feel extremely attacked by this content creator and then called her an ungrateful heathen. And She Is Resting actually responded to Jackie Aina. This was back in August 2019, because Jackie Aina, when she reposted this to her Instagram stories, actually turned around and left the handle of the content creator that she was referring to. So it, again, wasn't very hard for people to figure out who to attack. So She's Resting stated, apparently Jackie Aina had words for me and about me on her IG stories last night, and it's like, I know the dolls be watching my little account for sure, because I think it's cute that she would only say something about my eyebrows, because what else? Anyway, I said what I said, period. You'll come for me publicly for having commentary and criticizing the way I see some girls move, but not for your non-black friends. Noted. I've been a subscriber for years and a supporter, but I'm ungrateful and watch her videos every 8 months. Because you only turn out a look every 8 months, that's not my fault. And if your bag is so good and you're eating, sis, what are you so scared of? You're acting like a punk talking about she don't mind her business. Like so? You said what you said. That was the pull of your channel for me and many other black people into makeup. I'm just a poor black girl from Oakland. So Jackie Aina, I feel like we have all been able to establish, has had a patented history of putting people on blast who criticize her and then weaponizing her audience to attack these said people. And it is getting to a point now where it is becoming tiresome. Something has got to change. And quite frankly, I don't think that we should be calling Jackie Aina Auntie. For me, that is a term of endearment and a term of respect. And I don't think that she has any respect for anybody else. So why on earth should anybody respect Jackie Aina? But again, we shouldn't be calling Jackie Aina Auntie because she acts so immature. Because you are telling me that in the past 6 years, since the nasty event that took place with myself, we have gone over to do this an additional 2 more times to other commentary that has been made about you to other commentators. So we have myself, we have She Is Resting, and now we have Mecca and Jamil. Also, at what point are you gonna just stop attacking the black women within your community who critique you? There are numerous different white commentators who critique Jackie Aina, who she doesn't have the same amount of vim for that she has for the women, the black women within her own community. And I genuinely think that that is so telling. Like, this is no shade whatsoever, but I do believe at one point Nick Snyder was making back-to-back Jackie Aina videos and he never received anything close to what myself, She's Resting, Jamil and Mecca ever received. And I feel like that is fucking, again, telling. Jackie Aina did eventually go on to apologize to She Is Resting. Allegedly, I've not seen this, but this is from a post on Reddit. Somebody said that she had stated that she was PMSing as some kind of fucking excuse. She stated that she got upset and reacted out of anger and that she didn't deserve that. She also apologized to her followers who were offended because that's not what she represents, and moving forward she wants to express herself in a way that's not reacting out of anger, and says that Twitter jail will be good for her as she wants to be an example to the community. So this was in 2019, and still an additional 5 years on, we are still doing the same things. What kind of example is it that you want to give to your community? In order for somebody to show me changed and learned growth, at least to some capacity, especially when it's public presenting, is to not exhibit the exact same behavior it is that they have done before. A good example of this would be, say, somebody like Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas has been possibly one of the most problematic influencers there has ever been on the platform, and I don't think that anyone could disagree with me saying that. However, Trisha Paytas has gone through a growing moment where she literally has not only transformed her life and also transformed the way in which she interacts with her audience. Because if you remember, she used to just grab a camera and just start crying and doing all of this crazy stuff, just completely making a bad situation even worse. Whereas now I feel like it's safe to say we can all agree that Trisha Paytas is just moving differently. People are finding it hard to hold her to the standards of her past because her present is such a completely different reflection. I feel like it's safe to say that she has learnt nothing. She is not the victim of vicious, mean girl attacks by black women on the internet. She is the person giving the vicious, mean girl attacks to black women on the internet. So if you have been blocked by Jackie Aina, first of all, leave a comment in the comment section saying that you got blocked and why it is that you got blocked, because I'm genuinely interested to know. But also be grateful that you were blocked and that you weren't put on blast to be attacked by our audience, because I've been through it once before and it is not fun. Anyway, with that being said, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. That's all I've got to say on the whole entire situation. I'm just tired. Are you guys not tired? I am very tired. I am so incredibly exhausted by constantly going through the same rigmarole. I also want to apologize to Mecca and Jamil. I genuinely want to apologize because when people had brought this to my attention, my first thought was, girl, keep me out of this fucking shit. But no, I understand why I was getting tagged, and definitely go and check out their podcast. The podcast is called, I keep forgetting it, goddamn, is called The Unhinged and Immoral Podcast. I actually was listening to it a little bit earlier today when I was doing my makeup for this, and I watched their second episode, and they are very engaging. I definitely suggest that you guys check it out. Anyway, that is it. That is all from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, I don't give a shit. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and put the notifications on with the bell. And until next time, you beautiful, amazing, badass bitches. We need to stop saying that everybody is jealous of Jackie Aina. Sometimes people have other aspirations and goals. My aspirations and goals in life was to be a mermaid, to be able to provide a roof over my family's head. I really am not interested in all of the other stuff like the LA, the glamour, the money, literally all I want to do is go on 2 holidays a year and be barefoot and pregnant and be a housewife. I literally don't want to do anything else. So if anyone's going to come into the comment section and be like, oh my god, she's so bitter, I'm not bitter. I just don't have the same goals that other people do. Sometimes people's goals are smaller. My goal is just to be okay. My goal in life was to have children. Tick. Bye! What do you want?
Cuddle and kiss.
Oh, cuddle and kiss. Oh, I'm always here for a cuddle and kiss.
No, this side because you.
Oh, I got lipstick. Yeah. Oh, that was nice. Did you have a good day at school?
Yeah. I rode a reindeer run.
A reindeer run?
Yeah.
What's going on with the reindeer run?
I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
No, the teacher just told me.
Oh, the teacher just told you. Okay.
I love you so much. I can't wait to go to medical. So I really want you to come. Cuddle. Mama, cuddle.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. That is my goal in life. And I'm very, very grateful every single day. It's been Paige.